Today on Nebraska WoodSTR, we're going to try something that I haven't seen before, and I think it's going to work pretty good. Stick with me. Hey WoodSTRs, my name is Mike. Well, as you heard, haven't seen this before out there in YouTube land or anywhere, to be right honest. We've starting to see a lot of people get away from the stacking and going to the wood cribs, wood bins, whatever people are calling them. So we've seen everything from pallets to wire to fencing, those kind of things. But I'm going to take you along with me and we'll try this out. But my plan is to use these cribs, IBC Totes, start cutting them up into a way that we can utilize them as the wood bin cribs. So, all right, stick with me. All right, well, maybe you guys are starting to see this, starting to catch my drift. So here's the plan. We're gonna put two of these corner ones and just cut out what you can see here, just a corner of that cage. We're gonna leave about 42 inches here in the middle, and I'll explain why. And then another corner over here. And then these next ones are gonna be nothing more than just side cages, so I don't have to mess with pallets and stuff there. As you can tell, let me flip you around here. As you can tell, you can see I'm still leaving on a little bit of these corners here just for some structural support. I think once we get plenty of weight onto these platforms here, once we get plenty of weight on these platforms here, it should hold it down, and should, the way it seems, have enough to hold on to it. If not, we'll just run a wire, just like we did with the pallets across there, just to stiffen it up. These corner ones here really do seem to be pretty solid. Leave a little extra here on this this corner just for some structural support. So back to the middle. So what am I thinking here in the middle? And you'll see this all finished up at some point in time. I'm not sure if it's this video or not. You'll be really careful with the 10-pound limit that I'm dealing with. But so my intentions, 42 inches would be just wide enough for my pallets. And I could throw a pallet down on the bottom, and then also one coming up, and I'll show you that here. The main reason, instead of just putting another one of those cages in there, I'm a little concerned with these bottoms right here, that we're gonna get any airflow coming up from the bottom. All it's gonna be from the sides, which should still be okay, but at least this middle run is going to have air coming up into the middle of it. So there'll be one row of pallets all the way down. Once we get her up into the wood yard, kind of show you what that looks like. Those measurements right there should be 10 foot across, about 4 foot high, so we should be able to stack that 5, 6, 7, 8 foot haul once we get underneath the conveyor, and then about 8 wide, which would be 32. Did a little bit of math, that should be about 14 cords per bin. But the reason I've been thinking about why this way is when I get to those pallets, as those start rotting out, wood on the ground, they're not gonna last very long. And this way, once I get some pallet forks, I should be able just to pull right up when I'm ready to break into these and just pull them out and be able to access the pile very easily, set them aside, and then reset them for the next wood bin run. So works pretty good. I think, well, if I'm 8, 16, looks like I'm gonna need 16 of these crates for every wood crib. So you're gonna have a fair amount of time or access to those cages. So anyway, I have that at this point, and we're gonna try that out. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna try it on the next wood bin or if I'm gonna use it for my cookies and chunks when I start that new corral. But anyway, still on a weight limit restriction, so we're just doing stuff here to get prepared. So once this back's all healed up and I can get after it, we're ready to rock and roll. All right, stick with me. All right, well, we're here a couple days later here, and not same day, but I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I've been talking about, is some of the progress that we've been making on some of these wood cribs. So first of all, we're gonna start over here at the old wood boiler pile. So this is all sitting right now, yep, that's a cocktail. All sitting on the ground. It's been sitting on the ground here for a couple of years. So beating all that up with a sledgehammer in the winter and loading that up is not that much fun. So with that being said, we're gonna try and do something different. And so yeah, you saw how I was cutting some of those. So look back here, we got a nice little corner here. Got a couple of these that are corners, so we're gonna go about 4 wide here on this one here is what we're thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4 corner, and then we'll start working our way around. So I'll keep everything up off the ground. You're probably wondering, well, what are you gonna do on the inside? Well, this is where the pallets come in. So we're just gonna put all those pallets right in here. Then we'll come in here with the tractor, just dump right up into this corner here and just kind of work our way out here to the edge, and we will kind of start working this way. So all new cookies and chunks will start going into this corner. We're going to get that up off the ground, and this winter here we'll start working on this big pile here and start getting that thing cleaned up off the ground, and we'll go back to the corner build. So all right, we'll go over here to the wood cribs, kind of give you a little bit of a show of what I'm thinking. Wouldn't mind you guys throwing a few comments out there and just saying if this is gonna work or not. Not sure, but all right, here you go. All right, well, now you've kind of seen it. Anyway, we've got a row right along here. We've got a row right along there, and right down the middle, we're gonna use just wooden pallets. So we're gonna still have a little bit of pallets there. I'm looking for a little bit of airflow to work its way up through there. So we're still gonna get our airflow from the bottom of these pallets. But I would tell you these tops in are going to let it much air coming up through. So my initial thoughts is to throw some wooden pallets there so air comes up through the middle and we don't get too much dead air down there that causes some mold. So anyway, I think this is going to work pretty good, and once this bin and crib is gone, I should be able by that time have pallet forks, be able to come in here right in the sides and pick these up, get them out of the way so I can get right to the wood. So that's kind of my initial thoughts. So the one thing I'm a little bit, I don't know if it's nervous, but one of the things that I'm not sure of, and we're gonna have to figure this out. You can see this conveyor right here and how high it goes. And these wood bins that I'm working on right now are only about 2 pallets wide. This here program is going to be about 3 pallets wide. So I'm not sure, I'm not going to have to do a little bit of raking to get it to the edges. But I would tell you, I'm thinking that if I pile it as high as I can, that as it falls down, we should be able to get about yay high. Not sure. So, and the other thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on, because I'm not overly, as this wood slides down the pile coming off the conveyor, might end up going through some of these, but we can pick it up, throw it in from there. So anyway, showed you this is kind of something that's not been shown out there on YouTube, or at least if it has, I haven't seen it. You're going to have a pile of these IBC totes in order to make this whole program work here. So that's one thing I've got at this point, it feels like, is a pile of them, plus pallets to go in between and fill in between all of not only the runs, but even into the wood bid cribs for my boilers. So anyway, leave some comments below. Do you think this is going to work? Not going to work? Don't know. I don't know, but we got to try it. So we are 3 weeks into not lifting 10 to 15 pounds. So we're still doing some of this stuff to get prepared. When we can give it hell again, we're prepared to really give it hell so we can get caught up on some production. So anyway, appreciate your guys' support out there. You guys know the program. Like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you on the flip side.